welcome back to my channel. I am Vagisha Mishra and today I am going to talk about how should you handle your Instagram or any of your social media platform during Miss India or any other pageant. So before we begin, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you'll be the first to get notified whenever a video goes live at my channel. So since Miss India 2020 is around the corner, all of you might have applied for Femina Miss India and you are now waiting for Femina Miss India to shortlist you for the zonals. But before the zonals, I must say that Miss India organization or any organization in particular will not only look about your application form and the kind of pictures you have sent, but they will always try to cross-check your social media presence before selecting the candidates for their pageants. So basically, what are those factors which you should keep in mind while making your social media presence quite impressive for any pageant? So let's just dive in straight into the video and let's just know all the nitty-gritty of it. So the first thing you all should keep in mind is the quality of the pictures. Please ensure that you not simply post any random blurry kind of picture on your social media. The better the quality of your picture, the more the kind of engagement your picture shall be receiving. So always go for the HD qualities. If you are not able to get DSLR photo shoots on your social media all the time, please ensure to use certain apps which can enhance the quality of your picture and can produce it in the HD version. The next advice I would like to give you is to not click a lot of selfies, and even if you are clicking selfies, don't post it in the form of post, but rather post it in the form of stories. Now I think I have already underlined and stressed about the similar thing in my previous video, 5 facts no one will tell you about beauty pageants. So again, a lot of you asked me to come up with a separate video talking about the do's and don'ts of the social media. Hence I tried to come up with this video talking about all the important elements which I missed to talk about in my previous video. So the second thing is no selfies. Only if you are posting selfies, post it in the form of stories and not in the form of post. Now the next thing I would like to underline again will be that you should not post a lot of reels on your Instagram feed. Now reels is quite an engaging and interesting content available on Instagram. The new feature is really tempting a lot many people, but if you talk about it in a professional terms, I feel that a lot many reels really look immature and childish, and unless and until you are catering really high content through your reels, don't post it. So don't simply just lip sync to any other random music. Even if you are posting your reels, please be sure that you're posting a quality content, even if it is done in the form of reels. So focus more on producing quality content and not more on producing the kind of content just to engage with your random followers. Now the next thing I would like you all to suggest is that you should always post things other than pageants. Suppose if you're posting things which are only talking about your pageant journey, then you're not actually offering a lot many things to your audience. Even if any organization assesses your social media, they will not simply want to look at any girl who is simply posting about pageant and stuff and she's not talking about her life in general. So your social media is reflection of your personality. Please ensure that you are actually reflecting a lot many aspects of your personality which you were not able to talk about in your 5 minutes of interview in the audition, or let's just say that this time it was only 1 minute for interview. You were not able to introduce yourself very brilliantly in that 1 minute. So this is something which you can actually use effectively in order to showcase your personality in a better way. Now, other important aspect which you can underline with the help of your social media is your philanthropic cause or your advocacy. Now, when you're talking about your charitable cause at Miss India, you are only doing that in Beauty with a Purpose round, but you don't have any other aspect where you can actually talk about it in a detailed way. So always use your social media to underline all the philanthropic causes you are associated to and what changes you're bringing into the society by continuing to work on that cause. The next tip which I would like to give is use good graphics. Now there are many applications available. If you go onto YouTube and search for good graphic apps, you will certainly get them. So there are many other apps available and you can use those apps like Pixar, Snapseed, and Pixel Lab. These kind of apps will actually help you to enhance the graphic. And don't just simply post any raw picture or raw story. If you can edit certain pictures, and with editing I'm not saying that you should go overboard with your editing, but something presentable and decent, something which is very minimal but still is engaging a lot of people. So always use good graphics even if you are posting anything on social media. So if you're posting any quotation, always use to post that quotation in the form of good graphics. Don't just simply repost or post it randomly without trying out any filters. All of these things are there to enhance the quality of your pictures and posts. So please ensure to use good graphics in your social media. Now the next thing is posting few videos. Now we have talked about different kind of pictures, the high quality pictures, what kind of stories you shall be posting on Instagram, but you should also be posting certain videos to your feed, because if you post your videos, be it your work video, be it your daily vlog kind of video where you're talking about your personal life, anything, but any video which you post, people will be more likely to observe you as a person, because pictures don't speak. If you post few videos, people will be able to understand how you tackle your communication skills, how you are in terms of your pronunciation and articulation, and what kind of knowledge do you have about the world in general. So basically try to post few more videos other than your pictures. I'm not saying post a video every day, but you can post few videos in the interval of few weeks. Now next thing I would say is boomerangs are in. So as much as it is important to post the serious stuff on your feed, be it your post or your social media stories, it's also important to post something fun content to get your audience engaged to you. Now boomerangs are in. That doesn't mean that you will be posting boomerangs every day, every other single day, but you can be posting boomerangs in between intervals, and they kind of are quite engaging and interesting and also funny at the same time. So that will add a good sense of humor to your personality, and it shall be fun to watch it. The next advice, which is one of the most instrumental advice I can give to the young girls, is that please use your filters as less as you can, because when you put up filters on your pictures, it really deteriorates your picture quality and it doesn't really look good, because when people see you in person, they will simply say that she looks quite different from her social media than she looks in person. So you don't want to create that impression. So always use your filters in very limited way. Until and unless you don't want to be playful, use your filters in a very limited way. Even if you're using filters, please ensure that you're using more natural and subtle kind of filters which do not necessarily over decorate your entire face and it really looks childish and awkward. And I can be as honest as I can. Don't use filters unless you want to enhance the quality of your picture. If your filters are making you different than how you look in person, it's certainly not going to be a good thing. Now the next tip which I can give is interact with your fans, hold many live sessions, take some Q&As, ask me anything kind of stories. So if you engage with your fans, people are more likely to support you in your Miss India journey. So if you simply believe that I am the royalty and I know everything very well, I am posting content which is engaging a lot many people, so this kind of attitude is not going to work in social media presence when it comes to pageant. So you need to interact with your fans, try to tell them what kind of pageant you are competing in, what are the requirements of the pageant. And by talking about requirements, I don't really mean that you need to tell them what rules and regulations you have to follow in the pageants. By talking about the requirements, I feel that there are certain elements like voting and sharing your pictures, like getting likes on the social media. If there is such kind of sub-contest there in your pageant, you can share it to your story and ask your followers to support you in your journey. So this kind of association is very much needed when you compete in pageants, because your followers should know what you are up to when you're competing in pageants. And when you compete in any pageant, you are opening yourself to public observation. So you don't need to hesitate, you don't need to think that what will people think, you don't need to get bothered about all these things, but rather you should be open to suggestions and you should be open to constructive criticism, and you should always share what you are up to in your pageant journey whenever you're competing in any pageant, be it Miss India or be it any other pageant. Now the next thing you all should always ensure is to keep your account public, because if you keep a private account, people are not really going to understand what kind of person you are by looking at your post. So your post should be visible. People should be able to see what kind of content you put up on social media, how you look, how you talk, how you deal with life in general. So all of that is very necessary, and if you maintain a very secretive life by making your Instagram a private account, people will not be actually interested to know you as a candidate of any pageant. So your public account is very important if you want to proceed ahead in the competition. That's the first thing anybody would see, be it the pageant fan, be it the pageant critique, or even the organizers themselves. Also associate your Facebook and Twitter to your Instagram. Whatever you're posting, keep your Facebook page updated, keep your Twitter page updated. Create a Facebook page so that people can actually watch and observe your pageant journey, not only through Instagram but also through Facebook and other social media handles. Next thing which I want all of you to please understand is, please don't use excessive emojis. It looks very childish, it looks very lame. Use emojis only when necessary, and even while using emojis, you have to be very limited in the kind of selection you're making while using any emojis. Next thing which I would advise is to not steal captions from any quotation websites or any other pageant blogger or any other influencer. You have to understand that your caption should be uniquely reflecting of your own personality. Write something creative, write something interesting related to your picture and your ideas and opinions. Don't copy it from anywhere else. Next thing I would say is stop posting randomly. Sometimes people undergo a pressure that since they are participating in any beauty pageant, they need to keep their social media account quite active and updated. So if they don't have any good picture or any good stuff to post on social media, they simply click any picture from their phone and they put it up on social media. So that is something which I would strongly recommend you not to do, because that will make people think that she is simply valuing her time on social media, she has not something good to offer. So unless and until you have a very good post with very good idea to make, please don't post it. The next advice I would give you is to follow people from your niche and get connected with them. Now, by saying this, I mean that if you are competing in any pageant, if you are competing from, let's say, Chhattisgarh, you have to be associated not only with the people who are from Chhattisgarh, who are related to pageants, but also from other states as well. Try to connect with them, try to ask about their life experiences, how they feel about you, and just try to establish a very healthy relation with them. So that will help you to grow in your pageant journey, because if you keep secluded from all other people from your own niche, then you are not going to succeed ahead in your competition. So please ensure that you are actually surrounded with people who are from your particular field, and you should try taking their feedback as well if needed. Now the next advice I would give you is to follow your fellow contestants and comment on their pictures and posts as well. Now people have this misconception, they have the kind of rivalry and competition, and they feel that if I try to comment on my fellow contestant picture, they may take me to be too sweet to be true. So that is not the case. You have to be connected with all your fellow contestants. The more you connect with your fellow contestants and establish a good relation with them, a congenial relation with them, that is certainly going to help you in your pageant journey. Next thing to keep in mind is to share something. If someone has actually appreciated you, they have created a post or story for you, and they have tagged you, please don't mention to share it on your feed as well. That will be a really good gesture, a kind gesture which you can reflect on your social media. The next thing which you should keep in mind is to market yourself. Now you know yourself best and you know how to market yourself. You know your strongest qualities and you know how you can attract people with those strong qualities. So if you have something extraordinary, don't hesitate to show it. It can be anything. It can be sketching, painting, dancing, cooking, or anything, or even being a motivational speaker. If you are a very good speaker, don't hesitate to connect with the audience with the help of your stories, of your posts, or your live Instagram sessions. Now use your stories for maximum reach. If we go through the trend, the social media trend, Instagram's maximum reach comes from the reels and stories. So if you can use your stories and reels effectively to convey your message and not simply talk about it in general, then it can actually help you to build your social media momentum. If you're not able to post anything interesting on your feed as a form of post, you can always use your stories to talk about your ideas, your pageant journey, or what you are up to in your life in general. Don't forget to use proper hashtags. Now, by using hashtags, I don't mean to use tags like fashion influencer, Delhi fashion influencer. All of these kind of hashtags are not really going to help you. Use relevant hashtags like if you're participating in Miss India, don't forget to use Miss India 2020, Femina Miss India 2020, your name and also the state which you're competing in. So if you're participating in any pageant, please ensure that you're using the hashtags appropriately. The more hashtags you use in your post, the minimum visibility it's going to have. So it's better to use only selective hashtags in your post, and also the minimum and relevant kind of hashtags if you're using in your pictures, then the reach is certainly going to get quite ahead. So that will help you in building your social media momentum. The next thing to keep in mind is your display picture, your DP. What kind of DP you're putting up in your Instagram or your Facebook page or your Twitter is really instrumental. Don't post any random selfie there. Use a photo shoot picture, especially a close-up shot which can actually give a reflection of your face. Because by looking at DP, we don't mean to look at the full length picture, we just mean to look at the person's face. So your DP should be reflecting your face and it should give a close-up shot so as to understand how do you look in person. It should state your profession, but it should also state what you believe in life in general. You can use one quote which is not very long or very short. You can just talk about it in just 2 or 3 words. Basically, it should be very precise, concise and coherent. Don't stress out on the quantity, but rather focus on the quality of the content. Again, as I have said, that just because of the pageant, many people come into stress that we need to keep on posting regularly in order to stay in the social media momentum. So that is not the case. You need to be serving the quality content. As much as you serve and cater the quality content, people will be more glued to your social media. So don't focus on the quantity, that how many posts you should be making every day, but rather focus on the quality, how much impact your social media post is creating in people's life with the help of your quotes or your captions or your pictures, how you are actually able to influence others. So by influencing, we don't mean that how many number of followers we have on Instagram, but rather by influencing we mean that how you can actually create an impact in anybody's thinking. So if you can actually motivate somebody to think something positive, that will be a successful attempt at your social media game. Now you should understand that there are many other features available on your social media. Suppose there is IGTV feature as well. So you need to understand that you should use all these features very precisely and wisely for your pageant journey. You can use your IGTV for your makeup routine, or let's talk about a day in your life, or how is your morning routine, what is your exercise routine. You can simply choose these IGTVs for 2 or 3 minutes, or let's say 5 minutes, to talk about your life in general. And when people go and look at your feed, they can actually get an idea how you're handling your life in general. Now the next advice I would give is to notice all the positive comments, and if somebody is actually taking an effort to comment something very kind on your picture or on your story, please be kind enough to reply it with very positive statement. Don't forget to thank them. Always ensure that you are making those valuable comments counted. So that is a very good gesture and it's really going to help you in a long way. Last advice I would like to give you is to not copy other people. So if you copy other people's social media presence, I'm sure that people will not really enjoy watching your social media presence. So if you have something unique to offer, people will always be glued to your social media and how you are handling your life in general. So there is a very good quotation that life is a question paper and everybody has a different question paper. We don't need to copy each other. So the same thing applies in your social media as well. If you use your social media effectively, making it your own unique entity, then I'm sure that people will surely love your personality and your pageant journey and will be glued to see what you have to offer in your pageant journey. So that was all for today's video. Do let me know in the comment section what else would you like to see in my channel, and I will ensure to come up with all those topics in the coming days. I am also thinking to make a video on Miss Diva as well. So since we have many other national pageants as well as international pageants lined up for this month, I'll be coming up with Miss Diva information and all the tips and do's and don'ts of Miss Diva very soon after these pageants end. So that was all for today's video. Do let me know in the comment section if this video was helpful to you. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends who are preparing for the pageant. And also, I will see you guys soon with the next one. Thank you.